The house smelled like brown sugar and betrayal that Thanksgiving morning. I'd driven 3 hours from the job site, still carrying the faint scent of refrigerant on my hands, just to be with family. Mom hugged me at the door, Dad clapped my shoulder, and my little cousins tackled my legs like I was a returning war hero. Then Lauren walked in. My older sister had come home from her senior year at Northwestern wearing a cashmere sweater that probably cost more than my toolbox. She took one look at me, boots dusted with attic insulation, Carhartt jacket still on because the house was cold, and her lip curled. "Seriously, Ethan? You couldn't shower before you got here? You smell like Freon and poor decisions." Everyone laughed it off. I laughed too. That's what you do when the golden child speaks. Dinner was beautiful until it wasn't. We just finished saying grace when Lauren decided to perform. She raised her wine glass, cheeks already pink from Mom's mulled cider, and announced, "I'd like to make a toast to the people in this room who actually contribute to society." Silence dropped like a wrench on concrete. She kept going. "To the doctors, the lawyers, the future policymakers," she looked at me. "And to those who fix air conditioners for a living. We all have our place, I guess." The table froze. Mom's mouth opened, closed. Dad stared at his plate. My 13-year-old cousin whispered, "That was mean." I felt it hit my chest like a compressor kicking on, cold, hard, sudden. 8 years of busted knuckles, 110-degree attics, midnight emergency calls so people like Lauren could sleep comfortably in their dorms, and this is what I got on Thanksgiving. I stood up slowly. You could hear the chair scrape forever. "Lauren," I said, voice calm, "I'm glad your Ivy League brain can diagnose the exact smell of a hard day's work. Must be useful in whatever nonprofit you're pretending to care about this week." Her face went scarlet. "Excuse me." "No, excuse me," I said. "I'm the reason your dorm wasn't 90 degrees last September when the chiller went down. I'm the reason Mom and Dad's house stays cool when the grid's screaming. But sure, keep swinging that liberal arts superiority around. It's adorable." Then she said the sentence that ended everything. "God, Ethan, just because you peaked in high school shop class doesn't mean you get to ruin Thanksgiving with your little man syndrome. Maybe if you'd gone to college instead of trade school, you wouldn't be so sensitive." I looked at Mom. She was crying quietly. Dad looked like he wanted to disappear. And something in me, the part that had been swallowing this crap since Lauren got her first acceptance letter, snapped clean in half. I pulled out my phone, opened the banking app, and transferred every remaining dollar from the joint college fund account I'd been secretly topping off for years into my own. $58,412. Money I'd saved from triple overtime summers, from skipping vacations, from eating ramen so my brilliant sister could chase her dreams without loans. The notification pinged. Lauren's phone lit up on the table a second later, linked account alert. She glanced down, frowned, then went white. "What did you just do?" I put my jacket back on. "I stopped paying for someone who thinks my life's work is a punchline. Enjoy the real world, sis. Hope that gender studies degree comes with a tool belt." Mom gasped my name. Dad said, "Son, let's talk about this." But I was already walking out. The screen door slammed behind me like a judge's gavel. 2 weeks later, Lauren showed up at my apartment unannounced. No designer coat this time. Just an old high school hoodie and eyes swollen from crying. She stood in the hallway clutching a folder like it was a life raft. "Ethan, please. They're going to kick me out next semester. I can't get enough loans in time. I'm begging you." I let her in. She sat on my thrift store couch and spilled it all. How she'd bragged to her friends about never needing loans because her blue-collar brother had it covered. How she'd mocked me in group chats I was never meant to see. How the dean's office had already sent the final notice. I poured her a glass of water and listened until she ran out of words. Then I opened my laptop, logged into the account, and showed her the new balance. $58,412. Her shoulders sagged with relief. I closed the laptop. "That's what it was," I said, "before I moved it into a 7% growth fund under only my name. You're looking at zero now." She stared at me like I'd grown a second head. "You want the money?" I asked. "Get a job. Any job. Work 40 hours a week for 1 semester while you finish school. Feel what it's like to earn something instead of having it handed to you, because you're destined for greatness. Then we'll talk." She called me every name she knew. I let her. When she ran out, she just cried. 6 months later, I got a text from an unknown number. A photo of Lauren in a diner uniform, hair in a net, holding a paycheck stub for $612. The caption read, "Week 14. I hate you. Also, thank you. I transferred 10 grand back, no note. Last I heard, she's graduating with honors and a full-time offer from a nonprofit that helps fund trade school scholarships for first-gen kids. She called me last week to ask if I'd come to commencement. I said I'd think about it. After all, someone's got to make sure the auditorium AC is working. If this story lit a fire in you, the kind that says your worth isn't measured by degrees or zip codes, do me a favor. Drop your favorite revenge that healed moment in the comments, subscribe for more stories that bite back, and share this with anyone who's ever been told their hands aren't clean enough for the table. Because sometimes the coldest revenge is teaching someone how to turn on the heat themselves.